Hello everybody and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. So, misty yesterday. Tough. I apologize, but you know, sometimes life calls. A lot of stuff going on in the world. James Brown and Gerald Ford have passed away over the weekend. You know, some very major, impactful Americans have passed away, and that's sad. And you know, it just makes you cherish your friends and family even that much more. New Year's is around the corner. Playoff beard, still intact, looking good, feeling good. Hoping this is going to get way down here. What else? Not too much. Just really wanting to continue the fun theme of doing things a little bit outside the box. And today we're going to be doing Torrontes, which is a white wine from Argentina, and is starting to make a little bit noise here in the U.S. I know a lot of people have not had any Torrontes, and what's really fun about that was on the Caor episode that we did the other day, it was fun to see so many people say, oh, I've never tried that before, here's a new thing to me. Even some people that I see have a lot of wine knowledge and have done different things. So I'm being a little greedy and I'm looking for that. So if you've never had a Torrontes, please mention that in the comments. It makes me smile. We've got 3 wines here today, 2 regular whites and 1 dessert wine made from Torrontes in the late harvest style, and I'm excited to try them. Other than that, Torrontes is very interesting. It's kind of very unknown. There was a lot of speculation. Only recently have the DNA tests, I think, proved that it comes from the Malvasia, from the Mediterranean, but it's really found in high altitudes in Argentina. They create very aromatic, crisp white wines, and definitely give you a different kind of approach to what people like in Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio. So I'm excited to try these, especially because I've not had any of these 3 wines, so it'll be fun for me as well. That's about it. I'm trying to think. Oh, so Dreamgirls yesterday, and really liked it. So if you are looking for a movie for this season, please go check out Dreamgirls, even though my brother-in-law Alex was calling me a girl and said I needed to go see We Are Marshall, which, you know, Chad Pennington is from Marshall, so it would make sense that I would want to have gone seen that instead. But I was really in the mood for Dreamgirls, and so that's what Lizzie and I did. All right, anyway, Sur de los Andes, 2000 and something, because I can't find it on a label. Where is it? Oh, 2006! 2006 Torrontes, 100%, $8 US. And this has been getting a lot of attention in our shop, so I definitely wanted to... Did you just see that? I just spilt that all over myself. Awesome. I got Torrontes on my hand. Torrontes on my hand. All right, so here that was good. Anyway, Torrontes 2006, $8, and that's what's one of the real fascinating things about this category and all of wine. Let's talk about wine for a quick second. Buying under-discovered, under the radar, not too popular yet in the U.S. market wines is one of the great steals in the world. You can buy tremendous wines that are still yet to be known in this country for a quarter of the price that they will be once they're a little bit more discovered and rated. So it's fun. You got to definitely want to attack these categories if you like them. For example, this is an $8 bottle of wine. And so we're getting some really nice color. Very nice and golden, actually. A little bit darker than maybe I expected. You know, a little bit darker than most of your Sauvignon Blancs. And it's a very zesty grape. Zesty. And what I mean by that is this really smells like Moscato d'Asti more than anything else. It's got that very lively pineapple, sugarcane kind of nose. I like it. I mean, the nose is very vibrant, bouncing around the room, having fun. I like it. Very crisp, very clean. This is the perfect alternative to anybody who doesn't like the over-oaked Chardonnay flavor. What I really like about this wine is that it's got really obvious lemon peel and little hints of ginger bouncing on from the mid-palate on, which is really obvious and really intriguing, nice, and fun. And I really like that. It is a little bit off-balanced. There is some petrol flavors going on here, so you did go to the gas station when you drank this wine, but it's not too bad, but it definitely will throw off some people. There is good, solid acidity on the mid-palate to the finish. It's a light to medium-bodied wine. It's very adequate. The finish, though, and I wanted to taste this again, is a little bit not great. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just, it's not tasting, the last flavor in your palate is a little off. Kind of like lemon squirting on disgustingness. So, you know, that bothers me a little bit. But believe it or not, it's not the worst thing in the world. And what's really interesting to me is the thing that's flashing through my mind is, wow, I really, really want to taste this wine with some Thai food or some, you know, Asian cuisine or really spicy food. Yesterday I was at a restaurant in the city called Spice, and I would have loved to have this wine with what I had, because this would go really wonderful with that kind of cuisine. All that being said, I'm going to score this wine 85 points. I was being a little facetious with the lemon on disgustingness. It's more like lemon on sour garbage, but that's still not that bad. And other than that, other than the finish, which I think could actually tone down a little bit because this is such a young wine, I find it to be pretty pleasant and intriguing. Let's move on. Pannotia, 2005, Torrontes, and this is a very, very intriguing little winery with a very interesting label. This actually is also selling very well. Both these wines have been selling so well. That's what kind of caught my attention. Could not believe how many people are picking this up. This is $8, also with a very similar color to it. Not as big of a nose as the Sir, and not as good as of a nose as the Sir. Yeah, not much coming through. A little sugar cane, again, very common characteristic. I'm getting a little bit of a rose petal, lilac, little floral kind of aspect to the nose. But not much going on. This has a lot more body and a lot more structure and a lot more creaminess to it than I expected. Pretty darn good, actually. Coming through with a lot of apricot, a little hint of apple. Pretty well made. Wow, a lot more body than I expected. And that is definitely a good thing. Not as crisp, as clean as the Sir. So a little bit of a different wine. Very, very different, actually. Which is what I did not expect. I actually thought they would be very similar. I like it. I like the creaminess. I like the floral aspect. The nose isn't great. The finish is much, much better than the Sir, but not earth-shattering. This is an 87-point wine, though. And for that reason, I think it's pretty darn good. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And definitely, if you're interested in learning and trying different things, it would be really cool to try both of these wines if you can find them in your marketplace, because they're really very different for the same grape varietal. And finally, a little bit of a mix-up on this one. A little bit of a different situation. Santa Julia, 2004 Tardio, which is a dessert wine made from late harvest Torrontes, 140 grams per liter of residual sugar, 28 bricks of harvest sugar, 8.5% alcohol content. This little bottle is $9 and received 87 points from Pierre Ravani, who used to review for Robert Parker for about 10 years, who's moved on now to greener pastures, and we're all waiting to see what that's going to be. But he's an excellent wine critic and a great guy, and so I'm excited about trying this. This has been a big, big hit for us in the store, constantly out of stock. So probably this is the wine that made me do this episode today, because I saw it came back in, and I've been dying to try it because of all the hoopla, and so I'm excited. Really, really good golden color. Again, 9 bones. Really great entry-level dessert wine for anybody who wants to do that. Classic dried apricots on the nose. Like, boom! Like, very obvious. With serious levels of gasoline. I mean, serious. I mean, like I dropped a lot of the liquid on my hand before. If you've ever pumped your own gas, and a lot of people in New Jersey haven't, but I have. I've been around the world. You know, sometimes you spill the gas on yourself, and then it's like on your hand, you know, it's like on your hand for like 16 weeks. Anyway, that's the smell I'm getting through. Clear-cut gasoline, usually Exxon Plus, mixed with very dry apricots. Those are the two singular flavors in here. And it's really cool and obvious, so you need to check that out for that alone. The petrol continues to come through. I'm also getting a little bit of, like, seashell from a saltwater tank or the sea. You know, I'm getting a little bit of that aspect. I'm getting very lively cantaloupe, coconut, and pineapple. This is a very intriguing dessert wine. It's very light, much lighter than most sauternes, but how can you go wrong for 9 bones? I mean, this is a very nice steel. Great to go with a mango dessert comes to mind, you know, kind of like a real powerful papaya, real powerful fruits, maybe a coconut sorbet. It's a nice dessert wine. It's a little short in the finish. This is a great transition for a white Zinfandel drinker or somebody that's first getting into wine that wants to try something that is a little less austere, because it is sweet, but not obnoxiously sweet. I like it quite a bit for what it is. There are some flaws. I don't love the finish. I'm going to score this wine 88 points, but to me it's a screaming value for dessert wine entry level. A lot of people want to get into dessert wines. A dessert wine brings so much to the table when you're having, even like Rice Krispie treats with this would be amazing. And so it's a great price point, because dessert wines do get expensive, to get into the game, as they like to say. My question of the day today is this: who is your favorite president? Just kind of curious about that. Jets, big game. 1 o'clock Sunday. Please, everybody, root for them. A lot of you have. I appreciate it. You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, aren't we?